What is going on, everyone? It is Mike Pence. Long overdue. It's been almost a month, probably more than a month. Hold on. More than a month. I've been on here chatting, chit chatting, on my channel at least. I've been on other channels. I think Ember's most likely. Yep, I was on hers. Uh, Talking a lot of crap. Life's been weird. I definitely did not envision having to be so as busy as I have been with a lot of things. So I have not been able to do anything in my own personal life. So this being one of them. But I've been able to etch out some time tonight to talk some Vincent Ambrosio. What's going on, Roscoe? How are you? So yeah, we are going to be talking some Vincent Ambrosio tonight. I put the title as The Undertaker Predator because Mr. Stephen Coates has felt to strike me on YouTube. I think the video is still up, but yeah, Mr. Stephen Coates wasn't really feeling me, so he felt that I needed to have a strike against my account, which I really don't really give a shit about. But yeah, what's going on, Marcus? So life's been life. I'm sure everyone can feel that, can attest to that too. So, but I'm here. Hopefully, all audio levels are good, or well, or great. Making audio levels great again. So yes, last time we were talking, or I had a stream was when we had the great news of Mr. Chris Hansen. What's going on? Lauren's nude and thinking bad thoughts. They are good thoughts. Honestly, your smear campaign against Mr. Lauren Armstrong is attestable. It's going to come out in the Mueller report about how everything you've done is evil and wrong. So last time we were talking was Chris Hansen when he first did his stuff, and now I've been able to finally get to see the footage of Vincent Ambrosio. I don't know if it was illegal or not. Though I do appreciate everyone who spent the money. I really do understand that you do love and appreciate Chris Hansen for who he is, but I just wouldn't give. Just wouldn't. I don't know if I could give him $85 right now, but that's here near nor there. What's going on in recipes? What's going on? Chris Hansen is my boss now. What does he got? What do you have? What does he have doing for you? I mean, or what is he? What does he have you doing? Like just sitting there, framing Lauren and ruining his life. What's going on, Chris? To see? Yeah. So last time we finally was able to watch the footage, and I mean, it got pretty heavy pretty fast. Pretty fast, and I can kind of see why they didn't show the footage. Just because there's really no talk about him coming there for a kid. Like it's in a sense that he makes sure to all the Xanax that he needs. Oh geez, bashing my toe. Yeah, I'm bashing my toe. He hasn't needed all the Xanax that he needs. That's unfortunate. I got a Vincent Ambrosio salad coming soon because it's all his bastards cry. Yeah, I mean, Thousand Island dressing, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, the footage is pretty. I don't even know. Like, you can tell like Chris Hansen's trying his best to rein Vincent back in, so he's not sitting there trying to tell a sad story. But then it's just like you see how much he's just like crumbling in front of him. It's almost like Roush. I mean, Roush felt that he could talk for 2 hours about his therapy session, but not as such a sad sack as Vincent Ambrosio. Um, I'm sure people did feel somewhat pity for him. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on, Shoo Shui? Yeah, I don't feel bad for the dude in that sense. There's never a reason to take out your depression and your anxiety and all that on a kid. Multiple kids, so they're not going to fix you. And I think one thing I really did notice too is like he had the knife. That was pretty scary because he made it known he had a knife. He dressed like he was a school shooter with the duster, the hat, and the mom pants. Hashtag school shooter. And yeah, he let it know he had a knife, and it was like, I mean, I think I said this in a couple of I don't know if it was a forum or one of the Discord or something, but he let it be known he had a knife because he like pulled it out, and I don't know if I forgot what the decoy's name was. Millie, was it like Millie or something? Something. I don't know if she noticed it and was like scared, but they never say anything. I don't know if Chris would have done any narration and saying like, "Hey, willy nilly got like triggered and was like, oh, this guy's a knife." And it's crazy. We had Mr. Steven, was it Buchanan, had the kill kit with like the handcuffs and the gun and all that stuff. So a very dangerous sting. I mean, you got Jeff Sokol with a freaking marriage contract, and then Gentile with the hotel room and all that shit. I mean, that's these guys are dangerous, and seemingly more dangerous than the TCAP guys in terms of what they brought. Um, I felt pity until I felt the chat log. Yeah, I mean, I read the chat log. I read the chat log prior to, and I saw that, and I was just like, "This is disgusting." It's very, very manipulative, and he's smart. I think the kid's smart. I just think his depression just pushes him way past like that. But I think he's probably a smart cookie just by seeing the way he chatted with her and just being like, he definitely was trying to pull manipulative mind games, somewhat Lorne-esque style. Um, Trying to pity her into like feeling bad for him. Anybody who says they empathize with him because of his depression immediately blocked from my streams and hopefully dies soon thereafter. So I guess I should also emphasize that if anyone in this stream blocks anyone on their stream because they emphasize with Vincent Ambrosio, I'm gonna block them. So Cottis put hey blocked immediately. Let's get one of my administrators in here to like block her. I already have a suit against her, honestly, because she bombards me daily with Lorne calls, and I feel like a hopeless human being that I'm not in Cornville helping this person that has done nothing but have helped these fake catfish slut women into making him feel worse. And you have the head shrew herself in our stream, and I'm triggered right now. Yeah, I mean, like yeah, it's like you can't hide behind depression and anxiety and act like that. Like you don't just. It's like yeah, that doesn't take you down that path. I mean, it takes you down a very different path of like being self-harming and reckless to yourself. And I think that indicates like when the very second that Chris comes in, I mean, he doesn't act like he's like remorseful about being there. He just like fuck it. I'm a piece of shit because I'm a piece of shit, not because I'm a piece of shit because I'm here to have sex with a child. He's like I'm a piece of shit because I'm depressed and boo hoo is me. I can't do anything, um, and it's like it just comes off as so like disingenuous. And I don't think he realizes the severity of his own crime. And I think that's one thing that really pissed off Chris is that he was trying to emphasize to him like, look, you're here to do something that's very, very illegally and highly frowned upon in society, which is rightfully so. What's going on, Lady Sardonica? It's been a while. But yeah, I just, it just like when I saw the footage, it pissed me off more the way he approached Chris or like how that whole interaction started. It just like pissed me off. Um, because I guess in a weird way that the footage that we did see, like the 2 seconds of him hugging her and saying I wasn't gonna do anything, like that's literally it. Like that's literally it in terms of him addressing uh, the reason why he was there. Because Chris tried to ask him about it, and Chris was like, "Hey, like what the fuck's going on? Like why are you trying to get with a girl?" And then let's see, Punk Pansy. Oh, we're talking about Mr. Ambrosio. His parents raised him with a victim mentality. Yeah, I mean, and it's like it also like wigs me out, like all the pills that they're giving the kid. Like that's how you make these school shooters. I mean, we don't have to go down this political path. But these are what these school shooters do. They're hopped up on these drugs. They get them hooked on the drugs, and then when they come off of them, or they like pop, then like it wigs me out when people take multiple pills like that. That stuff like really fucks with your head, and you become a different animal. So like while I'm not sympathizing with Ambrosian, I don't think that him on the pills necessarily makes him like that person. He's gonna be that person regardless. But I'm saying in terms of like overall, like when you mix all those drugs with these some of these kids, their bodies can't react to it. They don't know how to react to it, and they flip out. And it just like further intensifies some previous angst and anger that school shooters and all that crap is. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really for that whole big pharma popping pills and stuff. So I mean, that to me was probably what made me not necessarily sympathetic towards him, but it made me feel like shit. Like these kids are sitting here hopped up on all these drugs all the time. Like they don't know what the fuck's going on half the time, and it just makes them less human. And when in this case, it helps reinforce them of why they're doing this shit because they're always hopped up on drugs, depressed, and feeling like shit. Um, And I like when Chris is like, "Oh, you're losing weight," and he's like, "Yeah, because I'm taking all these pills." And it's like, "Yeah, your body's fucking can't understand what's going on." So Shuisha, I was joking about blocking Codice because she was like, "I block people that go on my stream and sympathize," and I said, "Well, I'm gonna block people that don't sympathize." So yeah, he was a blubbering mess. I couldn't. Yeah, he went into feel. Yeah, exactly. I was saying, Punk. I don't know if you heard me say that, but I was like, he went into victim mode immediately and not really taking any response. Like, I don't think he ever really took responsibility for what he was there for. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I personally think why he wasn't shown. Um, because like there's no like footage of him being um grill. Like there was never a time that Chris could really grill him or get any kind of answers out of him about like why the fuck he was there. And maybe that to Vince's credit, it fucking worked because he didn't get aired. So now it's yeah. What's going on, damn Danimation? So listening for Vince at first, but like Chris said, you can empathize for everything except the kitty. Yeah, you look at him and you feel a bit sorry, feel a little bit, then you remember why we're here. You then remember what? That's a good one. That's a little homage to our best friend Dustin. Dustin make fire rich. What's going on, Yap? Only fade feel bad. His dad's Dennis. Yeah, I mean, this is the police. Who are you? Yeah, I mean that's. I'm sure having that combination of like a police officer dad and then that you're sitting there with depression, anxiety. Um, but sometimes I'm like, this could definitely be a topic of discussion within the chat. Like, how much do you think he was overplaying his depression and anxiety to like get sympathy points? I think he does. I think he does. But I do also think that there's a amount of people that really do that level of depression. I think like he's not part of it, but I think there is. Um, I don't think he doesn't have social anxiety. I can tell that. I mean, he would seem pretty chill. So, yeah. I remember the Crank Cinema video had oh god, yeah, that stuff is that's funny. Yeah, I remember those videos. Yeah, he's a Jeff Stacy, and yeah, that's a good yeah, Punk fans. I would definitely agree with the statement like that. Like a Jeff Stacy Lauren, just a manipulative, depressed, basement dwelling incel kind of guy, but also manipulative and thinking better themselves. So they just want to like make other people feel bad for themselves. Um, the Full Dupe interview was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, he tries to the guy just steal it in the Ravens. Hey, baby. I think he's depressed, but I think he uses it. Yeah. Who said it? Someone said it earlier that he uses it as like a sympathetic. I mean, this, and I guess someone said it earlier. And I apologize. I apologize to whoever said it earlier, but it was like his parents kind of raise him in that victim mentality. Someone can definitely pop up and say, hey, Mike Pence, you dumbass. I said that. But yeah, someone said his parents raised him that victim mentality, and I think like when you're seeing all those doctors and you're seeing all this shit, and your mom's crying about you, and your dad's probably like suck it up, pussy. Like you definitely revert back to that victim mentality. And that's always what you're gonna retreat to because it's always the easiest fucking thing to do. And so yeah, I definitely whoever said that, I definitely agree with this. Punk Pansy was 15,000. 14 or 15, yeah. He didn't seem depressed. Yeah, I think he was just so happy. He's probably bipolar. Cottis, I feel sorry for a lot of these people who are socially awkward, but a lot of us are. All these people who have ever been diagnosed with anything, blame on that instead. Well, I mean, if I'm here on here talking, pretending to be the fucking vice president and talking about pedophiles, like I'm definitely not out at a bar right now meeting people. So I definitely agree. What's going on, Molly? Long time no talk. How are you? Willingness basement wall against all tan guy to take responsibility for their behaviors. Every single acknowledge that they might get in trouble. They all know. I mean, they all do. I mean, they all honestly do. It's like who's oppressed as being a fat loser doesn't justify. Yep. I mean, that's like a behavior. That's not like a. I mean, at the end of the day, like I agree. Like it's a behavior that you kind of progress into. You don't just like take a pill and it's like, oh, I like kids now. You've definitely been there and you've searched and you became that. Yeah. Holy shit. The voice to text. I don't know. I mean, it's probably telling. You know, what's telling you to do, Cos? It's telling you to apologize to Lauren and come clean that you know he's innocent, man. That's the only time I'll ever respect you is when you say that. So Vinny and I are both the same age. I've had chronic depression since I was a teen, and I've never been medicated for it. I can see that he's using. Yeah, I mean, I do. I'm like, I'm there with you. Like, I've never like wanted to be hopped up on any kind of drug. Like, I just want to like deal with like my life and not fucking be hopped up on drugs all the time. Um, you know, it comes in waves and stuff. But yeah, once you, I feel like that's my fear. Not saying I'm gonna become Vinny, but it's like if I ever like have to take medication for shit like anxiety or whatever, like I would be so fucking scared that I would become this like zombie. That's what happens. I mean, people become zombies, or some people don't know how to react to it. So, um, I got out of the basement into my own pad and a better job that I can control. Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. I mean, I honestly just got like have huge stacks of promotion and more money. I might do get another one coming up at the end of the month. I mean, I was going. I mean, when I used to stream pretty hard, I was definitely didn't have a job, but I was Ubering to pay bills. But I didn't have a job. I was a loser. So you just it's never easy, but these people can't hide behind depression and like pills and then be like, I can't do anything. So yeah, that's definitely like the route that Vince has taken, and the whole thing about him fucking being out of high school is interesting. I feel like there's a lot more to it than that. Like I feel like he just fucking played video games and shit. Um, High school sucks, but it's you gotta just get through that shit. And I think that's probably like the years of that where his dad just became so disconnected. It was more of a fucking chore for his dad than it was anything else. This is the hairline and some drugs. Let's see. I'm sorry, you guys are. It's a lot. 13. Wow, that's a lot more than I thought was gonna be here. The only thing that separates Ambrosia is the hairline. Vincent's a few years younger than me as well, and Cottis hit perfectly. You can be depressed and not. Yep, exactly. And 115 pounds. That's congrats. That's good. Yeah, fat joke from a fat dude. Disregard the first part of that flash. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Let's see my meds. I'll blame the meds. It was the meds. No, honestly, Cottis, if you're gonna go shoot any place up, you're probably gonna go shoot up Cornville because you're jealous of Lauren and his ability to love, and you secretly fantasize about being with Lauren every single day because you're like, if a guy can sit on a phone unresponded to for 2 fucking hours, that's honestly love that you hate, and you just can't deal with it. I sat in my cubicle and I saw that, and I'm like, this is fucking sad. Like, man, 2 hours, and you made it into an ASMR. Dear Lord, what am I doing in my life? Let's see. Let's see if you're depressed, get therapy. Don't fuck kids. That's like, yeah. Be fair. He's sorry to have Lauren. Sorry to Lauren. Everyone in this chat almost. To be fair, Vincent uses depression as shield just in playing the cards he's done. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like he immediately used the depression. Like that was like his go-to. It's like he doesn't understand. He understood the severity of his situation, so his go-to was the depression. His like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, my life sucks. And it's like you read all the chat, and he's there for like an hour and a half. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's there, and he's kind of casually sitting there. He's casually sitting there, like he seems relaxed. He seems very just like composed. Like he, looks like a goofball, but he's just composed. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. And then the second that everything pops off, then he becomes a sad sack. Then it's like, oh, poor me, poor me. And then he never really. I think this pissed off Chris. I think I've said this before. Pissed him off is that one, he was trying to use all this sad sack shit to deflect the reality. I think that speaks volumes to Vincent himself. He uses all of his symptoms of like depression and all this shit and his failures as reason why like there's no there's never a second option. There's never like a different thing he can do. It's always like, well, I did this, so there's nothing else I can do. So how I'm gonna go rape a kid. So it's always something else. And I feel like he's one of those people that what am I trying to say? He's one of those people that I think has been able to get advantages in life because of he can use his depression like anxiety thing, which I think reminds me of a lot of Dustin too. I think Dustin is in this embodies him too because he's been able to use. There's similarities that I noticed when I was watching the I almost said the review, the interview of trying to use that like poor woe is me. I can't go to jail because I'm handicapped. Mentally or not mentally, physically handicapped. Oh, I can't go to jail. Oh, my mom's gonna be so mad or upset. So I mean, there's always a reason why you can't be held accountable, and there's always a reason why you like separate yourself from everybody else that's made it through similar situations or just made it through. And they're just very outcasted people, very toxic people to be around. Depression doesn't exist anyway, so what are the hell are these people medicating? We all need to just listen to some ASMR. We just need to have. We just no. The thing is, we need to have Lauren call us, put us on mute for 2 hours, and just listen to him like occasionally say words. Honey, hello, you'll be better up here. Yeah. Their interrogation of James Holmes shows how a cocktail of drugs turns you into a zombie. Yeah. It's been years of hell to get this point, but here I am. Yeah, it's not easy. It's a slow process, recipes, but I'm glad you're in a better place. Vince's whole pills are complete points to me. Like, stop taking them if you're so messed up. Exactly. Stop taking all those fucking pills. Like, I hate that shit. Like, stop taking. It's just gonna make because that shit is what makes him bring a knife over to see a little girl, and then present the knife to the little girl and be like, "Oh, here's a knife. It's my switchblade." you know. And if he and I don't know where I don't know if I said this on a stream. I said if he was that like mentally unstable, um, what would have made him not do something very violent or very extreme? Because he was just like wanting to kill himself. He was overdosing. He's suicidal. He's very emotionally like unchecked and everything. So it's like what stops him from doing something? Because he's like, fuck it, I have no reason to live. And those people are very dangerous, especially when they're hopped up on drugs. So he's a very, very, very dangerous person. Very dangerous, especially to a 13-year-old girl. This little 13-year-old girl. Like, I mean, that's. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. He lives in he's a homeless shelter. I don't know. I've been to with depression, numerous things. I've never been urged to chat up teenagers online. I think most people can say that too. No animation. You don't want to chat 13-year-old girls. You just want to chat to people that chat to 13-year-old girls. Kidding. I think Daddy did stuff to Vinny and feel bad for them. Understood his behavior. They're part of the right and voice choices. Why he could was by the way he is and that's why Vinny's coddled. Yeah, I mean that's true. I think Vinny was trying the knife because he was trying to be a Connecticut cowboy. Oh my god. Can't carry around a revolver, so use a small knife. Oh gosh. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, no, I've been knowing most guys that carry a knife. Hell, I have one in my purse. I mean, I'm not saying that like knife equals danger, but it's like you have people like that carrying knives around. I like have an issue. I don't like some of these weirdos carrying knives and stuff because they're talking about suicide. They're talking about they have nothing to live for and all this stuff. And it's like you're hopped up on all these drugs. I don't know. I mean, I want you to have a knife, yap yap, because there's so many haters out there. So, um, my life has improved dramatically since I found the right medication. Sorry, I'm gonna keep taking pills. I mean, no, it's I'm. I don't sit here and say that as like I want that upon anybody else. I think I meant it more as like personally. I just don't. I don't. I'm not a fan. Um, so, I mean, if it works for you, I'm happy it does. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, listen, I'm taking your drugs away, okay, and we're gonna do electric shock therapy. Isn't that the funny thing too? Electric. This guy's sitting here talking to Chris Hansen like he's here to like be with a kid, and it's like he's like, I want to do electric shock therapy. And guess who wants to do electric shock therapy? The gays. I do apparently. Mike Pence. See, and you guys all sitting out here hating on Mike Pence, the real one, not me. But see, he has the right ideas. Electric shock therapy. Shock the gay and the pedophile out of you. It's like the episode of SpongeBob when they had the evil man ray. They put the tickle thing on him, and he tried to do bad things, and he kept tickling, and he gave up. Same fucking thing. That was basically there was a SpongeBob SquarePants episode about electric shock therapy, and went over everybody's head, except me, because it inspired me. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not. Real question is whether or not Vincent learns from this. Either he conquers his bullshit or doubles down. His true colors will reveal it. I don't know if he has a choice. Like I feel like he's. I'm curious to see how much support. I remember I talked to Joey about this one time, and Joey's Joey. He's gonna always be our go to guy. But sometimes it's. I wish he was more opinionated, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. He's opinion. But I'm wondering, in terms of like, because he's in Connecticut, and the shelter he's in is in Connecticut. His parents live in New York. I'm wondering how that's all working out, and if he's still talking and communicating with his parents, he's seeing them, they're in his life, or they just said, "Fuck him, he's out. Like we're done with this. Like we are not putting more money and time and all this stuff." So I'm wondering like where that connection is. I think that's the most important part. I don't think he can mentally do anything at this point by himself. He was probably coddled in prison or whatever. He was always like mentally stimulated. Like at first he wasn't mentally stimulated. It's like feel like he was coddled, but then eventually after the ass beatings and stuff, maybe he probably got coddled. So then his mentality kept in that same sense. So I don't know if he got cut off or what. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Chill. There is a difference between a cocktail that helps make up for something that is being produced in your brain, identifying behaviors you don't like them, throwing medication as it. People benefit from these medicines are not the ones being scrutinized. What do you mean? I'm not criticizing anyone for using drugs. I'm saying I'm personally for myself, I wouldn't do it. I just think it's dangerous sometimes. But it's neither here nor there, right? I used to carry numerous arms on me, including one that could fold up and fit in my wallet. Oh my gosh. I only know a couple of haters. I'm one of those haters, yep. Electric shock therapy. Shock the gay. I mean, it works. Electric shock therapy. That's what it is. I mean, come on. They had an episode in SpongeBob about electric shock therapy. So, what can you do about it? I guess isn't Vinny's allowed to live with the parents as part of the conditional release? Daddy's probably emotionally abusive. Yeah, I wonder if he ever like, because he never brought anything up in terms of like with the detective he was interrogated by. I think you know what I think. I think helped. I think it helped that he sat there and like blew his heart out to Chris. I think it helped investigators because then he ran out of steam and he like realized the situation was dire. Because if he didn't talk to Chris, he would have been sitting there sob storing away to the police. So I think it's good that he sat there and bitched to Chris all that time. I think he got out of his system, and then he realized like, hey, I'm fucked. So I think it helped. I think it did help that he sat there and bitched to Chris, even though Chris probably didn't want to hear a second of it. He's like, no one's gonna take away from you. My dad was fat. I get that. Um, but it's scary to me because he was like, I want to be a cop. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, could you imagine Vincent Ambrosia as a cop? Oh Lord, I think it would have been funny if Chris was a little more like hardcore on him. Was like, you're never gonna be a cop after this, dude. Like, there's never a chance. You can work as like a janitor at the cop shop, but you're definitely not gonna be a cop. Um, is it? I mean, and like, I wonder. It also goes along with the whole abuse thing that people are. And I mean, I'm not opposed. I think it could be a possible thing that he was abused by his father. His father was a cop, and I wonder if that's that power and that wanting to impress his dad or be like his dad at the same time of like that person being the biggest abuser to you or something. I wonder if that's why I want to be. He wanted to be a cop. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the whole thing with the dad. I don't know. Well, it's probably there. I mean, that's Joey. Um, yeah, he was like the cops came out. Just shoot me. Just shoot me. It's unfortunate. It definitely is sad. Um, I don't know. Very unfortunate. I wish I could upvote live chat. Which one would you upvote? I don't know. I rewatched the Richard Briot video. He isn't as sympathetic to him, but Richard talks more in that video. Yeah, no, that's an interesting point to bring up, Josh. Like when you compare and contrast, like I'll definitely have to go back when I have time. It's just like compare and contrast these 19, 18 year olds and that those age range and just see how they interact with reality and also just with like Chris, and see the remorse or just like the reality hitting of like I'm a piece of shit for what I'm doing, and how they're accepting it. Um, I would say if we're going in that range, and this is debatable, I would say that if for 19-year-olds in that range, I would say Richard probably not handle it the best, but uh, handle it the most legitimately. Like I fucked up and I like own up to what I did in a way. I'm not saying like I'm sympathetic or like I'm like, oh, I feel bad, but it's like I felt like he legitimately was like, I've seriously fucked up. Like I'm a piece of shit. Um, but I think you can see like Sebastian Rodriguez, like he didn't take it shit serious. Like he was a piece of shit about it. Nick Kochos was a dickhead about it. Um, who else was that young? Um, what was his name? Nick Bailey. I am Nick. I am Bailey. I think yeah, he didn't. He definitely didn't. I mean, he was trying to defend it. I think he just didn't think he was wrong with it. But yeah, he definitely wasn't like, I'm sorry. Um, let's see. I hope Vincent received intensive treatment. I'm sure he did, but I don't know if it did a good enough job. Teddy, what's going on? Bake did a great video series on the Predator. Nice point. Comparison. Richard was much more graphic in his chat and discussed what he would do to their kids as well. Vincent had CP on his phone and then Chris. I feel ripped off that Chris didn't show Vinny the toothbrush pic. Downhauer, yeah. I mean, Downhauer, I think was at least intelligent about it. He definitely was like, "Hey, I like fantasies dreamed up online are easy to say, but then you go in person and you just can't say them." So I don't even. I mean, regardless of him saying that, I feel like he still wanted to do it. I feel like he'd still do it. Recipes, I feel the same fucking way. I probably went like a whole month without brushing my teeth after seeing that picture. I'm sure the detective that saw that picture too. Actually, she was like, "That's a pretty big star." Does Nathan Downhauer sound like an old man? Of all the things in his house, and I don't even. What if it wasn't his toothbrush? If it was someone else's. This is Grandpa's toothbrush. Oh, that whole story. I don't want to. Ugh. So like, yeah, I mean, how does anyone think that it plays into that whole story about like how he got with a guy before, in his grandpa's bed? I mean, I don't know what to think about that in terms of like this whole scenario. Like, does Vincent get like some not a pass, but that wasn't not a pass is the wrong word, but it's like where does that play into his whole sexuality slash like why he was there? Um, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and people don't know about this. Yeah, people. You have to watch. I think Yap on her channel. Plug your channel, Yap. But I think I don't know where else it is, but I remember seeing on Yap's channel. Yeah, he took care of his grandpa, and he like his first, I guess, sexual encounter was with a guy, and then the guy penetrated Ambrosio. Yeah, he tells the detective that. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know who knows who it is, but yeah, I mean that's yeah. That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I'll let people take that in for a second. uh, on your grandpa's bed. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to figure out like where that fits in because that threw me off when I first saw the video. I'm sure it did too. Um, it was Josh Cologne. It was Josh Cologne. It was definitely Josh Cologne. Um, yeah, and his grandfather had what, Parkinson's. Yeah, his grandma has Parkinson's. Yeah, it was like when I heard that, I was like, Jesus, like, oh my goodness. I knew he was weird, but I didn't think he was like experimental in that way. Maybe he was just that like hornier. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, it was quite interesting to say the least. Like, yeah, I can't wait to pop it. Oh, I just on your grandpa's bed. What's going on, Joey? How are you? I mean, apparently he's not gay. Like like in the same thing. It's like what's HVP. Once we've like unfolded a lot of this, like it's so interesting. Like we have two guys that came for little girls, but had encountered with men before. We have guys coming armed. We have a guy coming with a marriage contract. We have a guy from a military or like a lieutenant colonel in the Marines in Virginia Beach, which is so far away. We have this guy in a hotel room with his disgusting voice, Gentile's voice thing, and then you have John Dupay, who just, I mean, you just look at him and you're like, yeah, you definitely like kids. Um, I mean, it's insane. I think it's insane how like, you fit all those guys into one little sting. But I feel like it didn't get highlighted enough. But I think it's good that we were able to like peel it all back and find it out. Red line is bad. Don't try. Let's see. I'm sad we're getting all the uncut interviews, but Buchanan comes out tomorrow. The Sokol interview is amazing as well. Buchanan comes out tomorrow. Is it really? That guy was. Oh, that guy's a. I know guys like I know a couple guys like Buchanan. Man, they're out there. Like those guys. Those are some school shooters. So, um, does it taking a single up to I th- I guess I don't know. I mean, if you're that attracted to a guy, and you're like, here, like, let's do this. I don't know. Who knows anymore? It's 2019, so I mean, we have so much that's just I don't know anymore. So Who could have interrogation? So was Popovich extradited up to? I don't know. Extradited is a word. Was he arrested up in Connecticut? Like did they like take him into custody down in Virginia Beach, and then they like shipped him up to Connecticut for like official interrogation, or I don't know if anyone knows about that. Oh, but that'd be interesting. You know what I think? You know what I think it'd be like if people have seen that one, the Canadian colonel, Air Force colonel. The name escapes me, but he like kidnapped or he like killed these multiple girls and stuff. And he was acting so cool, calm, and collective, and then the detective just started like slowly bringing the evidence, and then I wonder if like he was like the same thing. I could see him being like that, and like nabbing this guy. Um, yeah, there's your website. It's held for review. Let's see. Buchanan bores me. No, 25 years. Pence, he got it. 20. Oh, so he okay. So he got. So they sent all the shit down to VA to Virginia Beach and were like, here, all this shit, and then he got nabbed down there. So I'm assuming. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Russell Williams. Yeah. Because I feel like Povich probably went in there cocky as shit because he was like, oh, it's local PD. Or he's I'm from here. I live down here, so I'm fine. But they nabbed his ass. It's probably that's how like Russell Williams was. I felt like he was like, oh, I can come in here and chill, and my prowess in the military be good. But certain time, but he never went. Okay. No, no, no. I'm saying no, no, Joe. I'm saying did he? When you say that he never went to CT, I'm saying did he? Was he? Is he? He's not busted in V or he's not busted in CT though. So like they got all the evidence to like the local PD down in Virginia Beach and arrested him down there, interrogated him down there, and put him in jail. They never sent him up to CT. That's what I meant. Not saying I knew he didn't drive up there. I'm just saying I didn't know if he had to go up there and get arrested. So um, they arrested him at their. They arrested him at the airport coming. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant, Joey. Thank you for the clarification. That's what I figured, but I don't know. That's what Lauren told Roy about bent over. Ew. I can't see the comments of people that have blocked me. Well, I see your comments, so you're not blocked yet. Yep. Show some sympathy to Vincent Ambrosio. I won't block you. I won't block anyone that if anyone gives Vincent Ambrosio sympathy, you will be made an admin or like a moderator, and then I'll give you admin permissions on. I don't think I have the admin permissions, but I'll give you admin permission on the forum. If anyone gives sympathy to Vincent, because Codice said she would ban people on her streams if anyone gave them Vincent Ambrosio sympathy. So she wants to restrict freedom of speech and sympathy for someone that has a problem. So I don't agree with that. So I'm going to fight back. Let's see. I figured how he was. Yeah, I mean, like the whole Popovich thing. I mean, that's like that's another ball game. I mean, I wish like if I feel like if HVP had better quality, um, we would have like I think we would have gotten a lot more like insight to some of these guys, a little more investigation into these guys. We would have seen a lot more produced. But thankfully, we are all not all of us, but most of us or some of us are vigilant members of the community and do a lot of research and are front facing. I'm not going to say I'm one of them, but there are people in this stream that are very front facing and are do their due diligence. But yeah, I think it's helped us get a lot of information. I think has really uncovered and made me like HEP more, just for the guys themselves, not for the actual production that we saw. I think there's so much more that could have been found out. Um, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean that's I 100% agree with that, Joey. It's just like just did not get produced that well. Um, those let's see what he said. The videos of him jerking off. I don't want to. Shut up, ton of potential. I would agree. They were too interested in making look like some Gordon Ramsay United States episode with a lot of stupid, weird, dinky stuff. No, I agree. I think they definitely like dropped the ball a little bit, and I think they like when they give like when Chris Hansen says we even put a camera on a leaf. It's like you're not going to make me care. Like, at that point, I can't take the show seriously. Um, and just some of the writing that they give for Chris for his voiceovers is it's like way too dramatic and not like investigative. Um, but I think you guys know what I mean by that. Just some of the lines. You're trying to overemphasize things when it's like you don't need to say that. Just say what he said. Is he will make you creep you out or something. He just said there was some lines that he said I just did not like and kind of got annoyed with him. Um, Chris Ware's new investigation in the works. I would assume so. I would assume they are, but um, it's I guess personally for me, and I guess I'll make my opinion be known publicly. No one gives a shit, but I'm very hesitant to see what that becomes, just because of some of the issues you have with like a live stream. How is he going to be able to go about doing an entire stream, not stream Sting, with a low budget and not a huge staff? Being able to get guys to come over and put together something that people want to pay for and want to see. And when the nostalgia factor goes away, and it's more like you're just sitting here trolling guys. So that's just my opinion. But we're still six sons of bitches, so it's fine. Um, I love making fun of the predators, but turning them into comic book characters is dangerous because people don't realize. No, that's very true. I think that's very true. It takes away the seriousness of them and makes them into things of comedy. And I think one of the best lines that Chris ever said was like one of the behind the scenes of it was a DC Sting. It was like the raw footage one. They were talking about Stephen Benoff. He may have said it in the regular Sting, but he basically was like, you know, sometimes you give them the benefit of the doubt without reading the chat logs. Um, and once you read the chat logs, you just realize how disgusting these guys are, which I think is a very good line. I think that was one thing that maybe was missing from this thing was or HEP was that he didn't really read the lines enough, and I felt like the way they were read were very I don't know more dramatic than like serious. You couldn't like piece it together as like actually being an old man saying this to a child. You're just like, oh, this is just more like for fun TV. So that's just my opinion though. Let's see. It was for daytime TV though. They had to do painter. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that to an extent, but I think as long as I think Chris Hansen's more entertaining, and can they confront her, an investigative journalist? To be honest, what did investigate? He didn't even read the chat logs. No, that's true. That's very true. Conjuring Sting with Craig Sawyer and Laurie was done on a very small budget. Oh, I mean, I guess I have to claim ignorance again. Joey coming into my stream, hijacking and making me like an idiot. He's like, nah, Mike Pence, like, it's gonna happen. Joey's a believer. That's why I like Joey. He's a believer. He is steadfast. I wish he was my daddy boyfriend. Just so people have for him to read. Yeah, that's true. Can't wait till Chris comes in this community. I'm just giving you a hard time, Joey. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm a very Joey Bleeber. Joe Bleeber. I can't even say it's not gonna work. No, I'm just giving you a hard time, Joey. Don't worry. No, the more information you can provide to me, the better. That way, I don't pass out fake news. Um, let's see. I mean, if it can be done on a small budget, then go for it. I just hope that he's able to use the money effectively because that's definitely a penny can go a mile, but it just depends how you use it. Making work so much. I think a little bit of sugar helps the bitter medicine go down. I'm just joking with you. I know. I'm not being serious. No, I really appreciate everything he's done for the community. I always will. I always have to make snarky comments. I have no reason to live. I'm fat. I'm a piece of shit. Just like Vincent. So I have to make people feel bad. Dan making them into Harlequins is fun, but Double Agent Sword. No, not completely correct. I've always said that it's a dark subject we need to talk about. Oh, you guys are just going back and forth. Joey said Vincent footage would come out, and it did. Nighttime TV. I never knew anxiety. I've never seen Anxiety War videos recently. Are they just new? It just unseen. No, I haven't seen like I don't know. You take care, Cottis. I appreciate you coming on. Do you still want me to do stuff for your stuff? Let me know. Just shoot me a message on whatever platform. You got me on multiple platforms, so you know. Mm. Let's see. Anxiety Wars have been around for a while. I just heard about them recently. Are they the ones? Are they the ones in? They're the ones here, this side of the ocean, right? Anxiety Wars. I know I've seen their videos. I just forget if they're. Um, which one is he? Is he UK? Is he UK? Hold on, I'm gonna actually look this up. Hold on one second. I'm gonna look this up. Oh. Wait. Let's see. Anxiety Wars. Anxiety. Anxiety War. Oh yeah. I remember him. Yeah. He's like I think he's like Michigan or something. Let's see. I think what's his face still? Justin Payne still does stuff. I'm pretty sure. Not as much. Yeah, he does stuff like once a month. It looks like. And there's some it's See, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Um, yeah, like the British ones, they just nonce. He's a Michigan young guy, speaks intelligently. I think he's been a victim before, so I think that's why he's. I think I remember seeing that. Yeah, I think I remember seeing one. I remember seeing. I think the first one I ever saw was where he like took. I think it was him that took like the predator to a park and they walked around and shit, and they got in the car with him. Just like Jesus, dude, that's intense. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I'm seeing Justin Payne still does stuff. I mean, it's crazy when people actually know who they are. I know who you are. Oh yeah. I think that Justin Payne, I think he has a kid too. He seems like a very blue collar dude too. I think Anxiety Wars. I don't know. Like I'm sure. Well, Anxiety Wars has more followers, subscribers, like double the amount. Oh my god! Yeah, look at this. 5 days ago. Yeah, his shit's just like. Oh wow. Sorry. Oh. Oh shit! I'm gonna watch here. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna share this real quick. I'm gonna share this real quick with you guys. This is Anxiety War. I don't know why we got on the topic of Anxiety War, but hold on. Just watch this one. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Just this beginning part. Share video or screen. Hold on a second. Hold on. Why did that go away? Oh, geez. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this one.
Yeah, dude, I like running. Go ahead. Watch this. Woo! Nice little maneuver. It's a fun game of tag. You're a little too old for this.
Oh,
got your keys. Whoa. I will break your hand.
You don't know who it is that you're confronting. Absolutely. You don't know if they have a criminal record. You don't know if they have a weapon or anything like that.
Hey, I'm in the wrong chair. Hang on. This one's too loud. Get it back. Oh boy. All right. We have a lot to talk about. I know it seems funny when I say I want this video to be short and sweet, but I really do. But at the same time, it's impossible, and I have to be thorough. If you were to take the chat,
here we go. Let's skip all this and go to where he talks to the guy.
He was on the lookout. I knew.
Why did you keep doing that?
Hey, sir, I'm doing a survey. I'm at senior at GVSU. Okay. I'm just trying to get a feel for what people are looking for.
I really want to find today. Thank you, though.
Okay. Yeah, if you could help me real quick with this.
What's that?
Who does it look like?
It looks like me.
How did I get this?
I have no idea.
Want to tell the truth?
No idea what you're talking about.
It's all going to be found out anyway. You're a pretty fast walker. I'm a pretty good runner. Dude, you were trying to have sex with an underage girl?
No.
You knew it.
Nope.
You knew it.
Okay.
Chat love doesn't lie, dude. You just want to lie all the time?
Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you yell out?
You were going to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Say it out loud. Scream it out. Damn.
Walking pretty fast. What do you have to say for yourself, dude? Can you start running?
Yeah, dude, I like running. Go ahead. Watch this. Woo! Nice little maneuver. It's a fun game of tag. You're a little too old for this. Got your keys. Whoa. I will break your hand.
This is, look at him.
I'm not even close, dude. If you want it, just tell me to let go.
Let go. Now leave me alone.
Look at him. Fucking shameful piece of shit.
Leave me alone.
Dude.
All right, I'll leave you alone. You're already on camera, so. Dude, you knew she was 13.
Ooh, look at that. He admitted to it,
Trying to
dude.
hook up with
Look at that.
a 7th grader.
Look at that. Once he was told it was on cam, he knew it. Oh, man, it's funny.
You want to see the chat
Not
log?
funny, but...
You know what the chat log is? You don't? Why not? What are you here for? You thought she was 16 now? Let's read the chat log, shall we? You started nervous coming here. First, how old are you? She said 14. Later, she said 13. You said you were 39? Man, why are you walking in circles? You knew it was a bad idea. You showed up anyway. Are you accustomed to walking 30 miles a day? You are. Very common. Dude, you keep on doing this. You know the police are gonna see what's up. I'm telling you to leave right now. Go away. You want to call the police?
Damn, yo,
Let's
he
do it.
knows he's fucking
I'm more than
guilty.
happy to.
He's thinking.
You gotta
He's
be
thinking
kidding,
hard.
dude.
Yep. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, so I was using my video camera glasses, and I was also using the camera that's filming this now, my Sony Handycam. So,
oh well, yeah. There's that. There is that. Huh. All right, let me shut this stuff. All right, cool. Wow. So yeah, I mean, there's just to show that I don't know. I get everyone stopped watching, but there are those people still out there doing that. I don't know how much Chris wants to get involved doing that stuff, but yeah. Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat. He's a good. Yeah, let's see. Pop Squad guy have a suicide on it. Yeah, Nicholas. What's going on, Nicholas? Yeah, he does. Well, the thing is, what's interesting about the Pop Squad guys, try to reach out to them, but they never responded. But it's fine. Yeah, they had a guy take his life like right after he got caught, and it's even known like within the police force because I think the next person or a different person after that, they had to sit there and call the police on this guy because he was saying some weird stuff, and they were talking back and forth saying, hey, we've had a recent death, and they said the guy it was like 21 that killed himself. He didn't exhibit any kind of signs or anything, but just took his life. So I don't know. Yeah, exotic word. Yeah, I remember seeing that stuff way back in the day. We're seeing the one. Yeah, I think like I said, like the one where he went to the park. Let's see. I'll look him up real quick. Since we're on tangents, it's almost bedtime. But let's see. New investigations in the way, and then it's just Chris chasing people outside of. Sir, do you want to talk? You should have decked the guy but he was stealing his property technically. So let me see if I can find the very first anxiety war one I ever saw. It was like it was a long time. I mean, it was years ago, so I don't know if it'll take me forever to find it. But oh yeah, it's not even on this channel because this is a new channel. But it was just this like musty like Vincent Ambrosio looking guy that was like, hey, let's hang out at the park, and then they bring him to his car, and then they're like sitting in the car, and it's like all gross and just it was bad. So Pop Squad. Anyone see the Pop Squad number 9292? The guy was not able to lie. Very different interview. I don't know which one was. Who was it? What did he say? I'd be so happy if I got a. Yeah, I mean he took his life. I mean he didn't exhibit any kind of like. Apparently he didn't like showing signs of like I'm gonna do something. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna go home now. But then he just went and took his life. So I think the story's a piece of shit. No, it's no, I understand that one. Yeah, it's what was I gonna say? No, I was going back to one of the points I was gonna make earlier. Yeah, it's interesting seeing some of these younger guys and how they react. As I said, I think Richard had the best response. I think Vince is probably the one of the worst. Actually, no. Sebastian Rodriguez is probably one of the worst. It's just most punchable, most entertaining, but most punchable. But he admits to being in the beginning. No, they're inside the Walmart, and he's like Middle Eastern or Hispanic mugnuts. I think you're talking about. Um, I think you were talking about Mugna. Yeah, he like when then the dude's like, "Hey, you can do castration." He like gets all like happy about it. It's like, okay, yeah, you're fucking creepy. Why would you make a date meet you at Target? I don't know. Because Target's nicer than Walmart. Um, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if that's actually Mugnuts. That's a really decent. That's a really good point. Not just decent. That's a really good point. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder if there was that fear or that like sense of like, oh shit, I have one of these mental patients on my hand. I don't want to. I don't want him to be crazy and do something or off himself. So yeah, I wonder if there was that hesitance not to drill him or to go after him because he was like, I don't want this guy to kill himself, knowing or trying to do something. Um, going off and I mean, is there? Was there? I'm sure there was. Um, which I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like they're in that situation and they can sob story themselves out of it, but or try to think they can, but they can't. Uh, Imagine suicide. Um, Imagine suicide. Like TCAP once. Um, Planet's HVP. Yeah. No, I mean, that's that's the issue. I still think these people should be caught. I think people like Vincent need to be caught because they need to be brought attention to the eyes of the law. Because left to their own devices, they are not. They're not safe. They're not good to be around. They're dangerous themselves in their society. So, but to that point, yeah, Joey is right though. I mean, you still look like a bully no matter what, and which sucks. You shouldn't look like a bully. You should not look like a bully. You should look like a person that's drilling someone that's has some problems, but at the same time still there to meet a child. I mean, a child is not gonna take away your depression and your anxiety. So they're there to take their innocence and ruin their lives. So it is what it is. See, I guess it's in that moment. It's in that moment. Chris was probably just like, "Hey, I don't want to sit here and be an asshole because I want ratings." That's why I probably didn't show the video for a while. Let's see. There's a predator catching group. I caught a guy in Spencer's. Oh yeah, Nicholas, dude. I think I know who you're talking about. I saw that video. It's very interesting because those guys were like, dude, this guy is probably a human trafficker. Um, yeah, I remember seeing that, Nicholas. Very, very. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, the guy didn't say anything like crazy and didn't act like any crazy, but just the perception and just like how the people that were busting him were like, yeah, we think this guy's a human trafficker because he left the hotel at the same time another guy, and just how he was acting. They're like, yeah, this guy's definitely not just like a putz. Like he's something. He's definitely does something or some. So yeah. One was being evasive though in his interview. Um, yeah, no, I think Lauren was definitely. I think I've said this before. Yeah, Lauren definitely felt bad for himself and just felt bad he got burned again. Um, that was it. And just the whole, I said this before, as he sat there and was like, "Oh, you get counseling, get off the internet," and he's doing this 10 years later. It's all just a facade. It's all just a show, and it's a facade for when he feel bad about himself and to not take full responsibility for his stupid actions. So yeah. Chris's body language for Lauren was amazing. Head tilted. But I think because Chris Hansen definitely knew. Chris Hansen definitely knew this guy was a sack of shit and wasn't like a mental alpha or something. Like I don't know if who was first, Richard Watwood or Lauren, but Wildwood's like, nah, fuck this, dude, I'm out of here. And then Lauren sat there and cried and was a sad say. Was Stacy removed from the Kung Fu website or was he fired? Oh, that's William Roach. Which is funny, because I was thinking about doing his ass tonight, but then Roach, but then I got into the Vinamp footage. So yeah, I'm gonna probably get out of here about like 5 minutes. So you definitely need to go to sleep. But yeah, I think like for me personally, I think the whole Vincent Ambrosio, I didn't read all the entire chat logs. If people want me to, I've been talking shit. But I think maybe Monday, I can do a long video and I can put together the footage and the chats, and I can do a video where I actually sit down and review the chat and the footage live. If people want to see that, please let me know. Listen to Vinny's chat. I've skimmed it. I haven't seen line for line. I'm seeing everyone's videos about it. I just can't sit there and watch some of that sometimes. It really pisses me off. But yeah, I can definitely do that. I'll probably do it Monday afternoon, so I can try to get shit done. I got stuff to. That's what happens when you get older. You have to get shit done. So let's see. What's your upset? I don't want to have a seat. Listen to Vinny's chat. I want to do the kind of bring a chat log soon because the world needs it. Yeah, I did. I have my video up about the highlight video of Kenneth Brinkman, which is good. Magnets, I don't think so. What was most normal? I mean, Stacy. Let me see that. I had to shut it off twice. I have it when it's red. What do you mean by What do you mean by that, Joey? I have access to his stuff. I just have to compile it so I don't like have it just read right off of the internet. I want it, like, so people's stuff isn't seen or whatever. Temple of Joey Picker and Jeff Stacy. Oh, you do that with Yahoo, right, Joey? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here. There's no fucking way. This has to be fucking. Oh my god, no. What the fuck? Pizza Rat, you fucking person. Where's the actual link to this? I just saw it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna share this because this is fucking insane. Hold on a second. So you can listen in the car. Okay, I will. Yeah, I will, Joey. I listened to some of it. I couldn't listen to all of it. I just it got so disgusting sometimes, Joey. So I couldn't listen to the whole thing. Let me share this real quick with the whole before I sign off. Oh my god, now I'm. Here we go. So, Tim Clark, Big Josh Sellers, Becca Resnick, Alan Brown, Chang. He's gone. He was gone that fast. Holy shit. Get the fuck out of here. He was just on here. Or he was in someone screenshotted. Let me I'm gonna hold on. Fuck, where's that link? Hold on, just don't mind me pulling this up. But where was your link? Oh, it was on the forum. I haven't been on the forum in forever, like forevs. Yeah, Pizza Rat said this was back like 2 fucking days ago, eh? Oh my god. He's gone because Tim Clark's the top one, and then it's Jeff Stacy, number 2. It's gone. Oh my goodness. It's the only fucking job for fucking pedophiles, I feel like, is just being karate instructors. One of us really needs to email them or email the relevant authorities. I see he works at IHOP now, road trip. Oh my god, I haven't seen. This is what happens when you like don't keep up the forum. I feel like wow, I'm a genius. That let's see, people understand this danger. I don't really feel like hearing about people's fucking. I just want to see. Give me information, not your opinions. The keys. Yeah, one of those. Actually, okay, just no. That's a real picture. Let's see. What did Tick say? Pity that no one is interested in content production about these chumps. A more constructive person who would call a dojo and record a conversation reading some ass about generally. Perhaps even Jeff on the phone and clearing up the question about so these fucking peasants strangle any access. I'm just gonna troll Tix because I'm in the mood to do that. Either you watch yourself, or either you make content about these chumps. I can't even type right now. Become one of these peasants. Can't spell. Again, I cannot spell. Let's see. Just because whatever. So someone obviously fucking called the dojo and was like, fuck, there's this fucking pedophile where this guy's a pedophile, so fuck him. That's basically what it is. That's funny. Oh man. Dude, I'm telling you guys, they're ruthless out there. These people are fucking ruthless. They are very fucking ruthless. There's some people that they creep on the back. I mean, they'll sit on they'll sit on the streams, they'll sit on the forums, they'll sit in the discords. They won't say anything, they won't do anything. But then once someone pops any kind of information, they go off the handle, either because they're hardcore vigilantes or they're just salty, or maybe they're the predators themselves. But people do research and study, so that's a good find. I like that. That's funny. So that's funny. Oh man, 6 admin things I take. Yeah. So that's funny. I gotta keep that picture up. Thanks for sharing that. TQ suited. I do appreciate you sharing that. Yeah. So I'm gonna get off and go to sleep. Unwind for a bit. I don't know if anyone has any last thoughts or questions, but that's funny seeing Jeff Stacy's a little karate master or taekwondo, whatever the fuck it is. It's all pedophile shit to me, honestly. Oh man. Let's see. I saw a video where they're heretics here. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's. Oh, I mean, good for him, but it's such a weird place to have that. So that's wow. Tix is a Niggr. That's funny. Oh yeah, that's funny. I like this one. Yes, I don't know if anyone has any final thoughts before I peace out for the night. Hopefully, I can get on Monday. Um, I can't give that picture of Jeff Stacy. He looks happy, but he also just like, I just. Could you imagine? I think no. It could honestly also be someone that like went to the dojo or whatever they're called, and recognize them. I mean, you're not that level of a predator and get away with it. I mean, he's a top 10, top 5 for some, but you can't get away with that. But it's pretty ironic. It only took 2 days after it got posted. Um, the internet is very ruthless. The internet is very ruthless. um, he was staying in. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jeff, but okay, gotcha. But yeah, no, I appreciate when you coming on. I had a really good time. This definitely needed to have this one. I put a smile on my face. Been a long month. This new position, so it's good to come talk some shit with everybody. You seen the other one of the other's house? The kids are there. Oh, what? Is that real? Huh. Yeah. So everybody, thank you all for coming on. Really appreciate it. Definitely need to step up my game. I know people love to hang out. I love to hang out with you guys and just talk some TCAP shit. But everyone have a great rest of your week. Great rest of your week. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Definitely will try myself, but I will definitely try to come back on Monday in the afternoon. Do a longer stream, but yeah. And of course, Mug Nuts, great discussions here. Love it. So everyone have an awesome night. Thank you again. Thanks, Punk Pansy. Appreciate it. Mug Nuts, Damnation, T Squidded, TQ Suited, and Joey, and everybody to meet with hair. I screw up everybody else, but yeah, everyone have a awesome night, and cheers. It's a question. The internet and real life are two different things, okay? Remember that, please. Thanks, guys.